Alright, welcome to this course on the HTTP protocol. It is one of my favorite topics. It's the most fundamental protocol that is used when we are browsing the web. Today, most modern network engineers, except the ones who are purely working on the backbone and deal primarily with routing, things such as BGP, MPLS, are required to support web or HTTP traffic, which pretty much takes up majority of the network traffic in any environment. I have designed this course specially for network engineers who work primarily on routing and switching and maybe firewalls, but now want to expand their skills into the world of web applications and how web traffic works. But it can be leveraged by web server support engineers or even web developers, since it goes deep into the protocol and since it also explains the networking side that is involved inherently. If you're looking forward to learn and support load balancers such as F5 or AWS load balancer products or Citrix ADC, you need a very strong understanding of the application traffic which is being load balanced. And majority of that application traffic is going to be HTTP. This course is where all the three worlds meet: network, web server, and web application. So what are we going to learn? This course is dedicated to the working of the HTTP protocol. We will dive deep into this protocol's RFC and how it works under the hood to transfer website files from a web server to a browser or any other client application and deliver the web experience that we enjoy today. We will learn how to host our website files on Apache Web Server, that is all those HTML, CSS, images, JavaScript, and learn how a web client such as the browser communicates with the web server using HTTP to get all those files to load the site. This course is all about HTTP. I have a separate course on Apache Web Server which explains how to configure and operate the server from scratch to expert level. Both of these courses go hand in hand, but if you are more interested in learning how to configure and manage Apache, then the Apache course is the one for you. This course explains in detail the format of HTTP request and response messages, various HTTP headers and their significance, different types of HTTP methods and their purpose, HTTP response status codes. All of this makes up the core of the protocol. We will use monitoring tools like Chrome Developer Tools and Wireshark to learn how several HTTP calls are made to the web server to load a single website and how HTTP traffic works on top of the TCP layer. We will also learn how to use curl and postman as web clients to make HTTP requests and diagnose the output. We will then dive deeper into various functionality that HTTP offers, such as how HTTP cookies work on web applications to preserve shopping carts and provide logged-in user functionality, other features such as caching, content negotiation, compression, redirects, security features such as CORS, HSTS, SSL or HTTPS, CSP, authentication, etc. We will see how web servers can also run programs to store data sent in HTTP requests and produce dynamic content using server-side languages like PHP and Node.js, and how these applications interact with a database to store and retrieve persistent data. We will learn how different web application architectures work. We will also set up a few applications along the way and understand how HTTP works in the context of a web application. Then we go into HTTP 2, which is the newer version of the protocol. We will learn the entire working of HTTP 2 and how it solves the problems of HTTP 1.1. Finally, we check out different ways in which we can troubleshoot HTTP related issues. I have also added some bonus lessons in this course, such as front-end web development basics, which explains the building blocks for any website, that is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These make up the basic website files which HTTP helps to move from the server to the client. It's absolutely critical to understand HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to fully appreciate HTTP. There is another one on APIs. This lesson explains everything about APIs in the context of HTTP. I will show you examples of how APIs can be leveraged to do some automation on network devices such as F5 load balancers. There is a bonus lesson on how proxies work. Since in modern networks, you will usually find your web or application server sitting behind a layer 7 proxy device, These devices work at layer 7 and understand and act on HTTP messages. So it's important to understand how HTTP works when you have these devices between the client and the web server. Alright, so here is the lab we are going to use. It's running on EVE NG Pro, which is a great simulator just like GNS3. We've got a few Linux Ubuntu servers right here. We will install and configure Apache on this server here and start with a static website. As we progress in this course, this static site will be evolved into a meal delivery web application where the Apache server is running PHP code and talking to a MySQL database server right here. The Nginx server over here will be used to demonstrate how our web application can make API calls to another application server. We will then see how HTTP works in the context of a web application environment. The Node.js and the PHP FPM application server here will be used to demonstrate other web applications. We have another Apache server as well, which is behind an F5 LTM proxy. I will use this part of the lab to demonstrate how HTTP works when there is a proxy device between the client and the server. Alright, so here is the full table of contents in each lesson. You can download this from the course resource section and use it to navigate through the course. To fully appreciate the course, you should have a good understanding of TCP, and just a basic understanding of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript will do. If you have any queries or feedbacks or need any support, you can get in touch with me by sending an email to support@ultimatenetworkpoly.com. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to see you in the course.